with Ledgeview Partners, and this video is all about the goal scorecard feature in our CRM for oil and gas marketers. The CRM I'm about to demonstrate for you is powered by Microsoft Dynamics CRM. However, I also wanted to point out that Ledgeview Partners also does a fair amount of CRM projects with Salesforce.com. So we do both. Before I jump in and show you the scorecards, there's two fairly important bullets to understand before we jump into it. And number one is you are ultimately responsible for setting goals. So when we talk about goals, we talk about gross profit and volume goals for your sales team, for a department, for a product segment, which ultimately rolls up to your company's overall goal. Those goals are set in a spreadsheet, and then you save that spreadsheet as a CSV file, and then you just run that spreadsheet through a wizard, and then your goals show up in these dashboards I'm about to show you. Now the other side of the goal is the actual, what really happened. And that works because of our integration with your back office. So the actuals come from your back office, the goals come from you setting them through a spreadsheet, and then all the work is done and you can just reap the benefits, you and your team, looking at goals versus actual. You know that old saying, what gets measured gets done. So if you're a goal-oriented organization, these charts are very, very powerful. So let's jump right into it. Stop all the talking and show me what we got here. So I am going to jump over to CRM. And the first thing you're going to see is what we call, happens to be dashboard 5, is our corporate goal scorecard. So what you're going to notice on the left-hand side is all information and charts I'm going to show you are all about gross profit. And on the right-hand side, it's all about units. All of these function the same way, they just represent different numbers, right? Gross profit versus units. This is overall, how are we doing so far this year? The bar is your actual. So how much gross profit has been produced so far this year? These four little, I guess I'd call them diamonds that you see, are your quarterly goals. So the good news is, if you use our CRM, part of the whole project is tying back into your back office. So without doing any work at all, once the project is done, you're going to get the actuals. It's every year, if you feel like setting goals, then you'll get these diamonds. But that's an annual event that you have the luxury, pleasure of doing. So what's kind of cool about these charts on each dashboard is you can drill into them. So as an example, I'm going to click on my company goal. And when I do that, it just breaks that down by the goals I set and the actuals by department. And again, these departments would be configured to be your departments. And then I can click on the department, and then it breaks it down by product segment. And it looks like I did a pretty lazy job of setting my goals because they're all exactly the same. Your goals probably would not look like that, right? You could have a different goal for your lubricants, antifreeze business, or automotive, or grease, or heavy duty. And these would be your product segments. So this is just an example, but it's definitely going to look and feel the way you function. And then let's say I drilled on industrial, and then it breaks it down by the salesperson who generated that business compared to their goals. And then finally, I could drill on, let's say, Lisa here, and not so much of a chart, but again, a very valuable list that make up her goal. So this had to do a little bit of digging here, and it's listing all of Lisa's customers. And if I sorted it by actually sorted descending, it's going to show me the customers that make up Lisa's lubricants industrial business. All right, and I could do the same thing over here on the unit side. Click into all of these. These other two charts I really don't have populated, but just to let you know, what we also keep track of for you and show up on these charts is what we call share of wallet goals versus actual. So what that would be is business that you've generated for existing accounts with new product segments. So maybe they haven't been buying, they've been buying grease forever and they never brought your coolant. As soon as they start buying coolant, That's new business you've gained from existing customers. We show that here. And then the last set of charts would show your brand new accounts that you've opened this year. So any brand new account and all the gross profit and volume produced by them. Okay, so what else can you do? Same concept, same numbers, but spun a little bit different way. If I'm a sales manager in charge of the sales team, I can look at those same numbers and the same 6 charts, except it's going to start at the salesperson level. So I can see how my salesperson is doing for their goals. Again, the same 6 exact charts, and when I drill into it, it's going to jump into it, within Steve now, the salesperson, by department, and then by product segment, and then if I keep drilling, it's going to get down to, Steve's accounts that make up that business. Also, if I just want to go back a couple screens, if I'm a sales manager, and this is a completely personal choice, but if I'm a sales manager and I'm going to have a meeting, let's say with Lisa, I could just pick Lisa, hit the show dashboard, and then Lisa walks into my office. I'm really only looking at Lisa's numbers right now. So it keeps a little bit of, I guess, confidentiality in the mix. But if you like competitiveness and you want to show everybody else's stuff, I mean, it's as a sales manager, you have that option. All right, and I can also look back to last year if I want to, get current or prior. Okay, and then the last thing I'll show you is Dashboard 8 is really if Lisa was using CRM, which she should be. Lisa's one of your salespersons. If she looks at Dashboard 8, that would be the same thing as a sales manager just pulling up Lisa's activity, because Lisa would only have access to her information. Now, I'm not logged in as Lisa, so this would just be reflecting my information. And typically, each salesperson doesn't have access to the first 2 dashboards I showed you, but you definitely want them to have access to their dashboard. So obviously, if you set a goal, I can see how I'm doing compared to my goal really every day. You crank out invoices, it generates gross profit and volume. That would be reflected here the next day. Hopefully my goals stay the same, but my gross profit and volume just keeps increasing. And if it's about midway through the year, I'm doing pretty good because I'm past that second diamond. All right, so that's our goal scorecards. Very popular with our customers. Can definitely have an effect on behavior and drive results. So with that being said, let's jump right back to the PowerPoint and kind of wrap things up here with 2 quick slides. Just a little bit of background on Ledgeview Partners. We are a CRM company. That is all we do. We're in Appleton, Wisconsin, but we do business all over the place, all over the country, Canada, maybe even a few other countries that I'm not aware of. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of stuff with Dynamics and with Salesforce.com. And we also have expertise in the oil and gas industry, which makes it nice when we're working with customers like yourself, because we can speak your language, so to say. So that seems to have worked out really well when working with oil and gas customers. All right, last slide. If you like what you saw, have questions, want to take a deeper dive with CRM, with our oil and gas CRM product, or you just have any questions at all, Kevin Brown is the person to reach out to. There's his contact information and email address. So if you have any questions, reach out to Kevin. He'll take care of you. Hopefully this was helpful. Thanks so much for listening, and have a great day.